Good morning. So today I'm with Emma Cowling. Emma Cowling is an amazing leadership coach and she was on the first ever round of Video-tastic. So welcome, Emma, to my studio.
Hi, Becky.
So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and we just want to hear your kind of thoughts on your experience. So what was going on with you before you joined the program?
So I'd done a bit of video, but not a lot. I knew I needed to get out there and show up on video more and do it more professionally. So people had kind of said, you've got to do some short videos and you've got to talk about what you do so that people know about it. And there was all this pressure kind of piling up of, oh, I need to do it right. And in the end, I'd taken that off and just decided, right, I'm just going to do a video when I take the dog out for a walk and just post it and see what happens. And that was going okay, but it was a bit jumbled and it was a bit all over the place. I didn't have a strategy and I didn't really fancy it very much. So it was kind of a bit jumbled up and I just kind of knew I need to learn something more from someone.
Yeah, okay. You were kind of dragging yourself because you felt like you should.
Yeah.
Okay. So what made you take the leap then and think, right, I'm all in, I'm going to do this video malarkey?
So, well, because I knew I needed to improve a bit more, but it was that kind of the thing that made me say, right, I'm going to jump in and do this, was just seeing that there was so many people that I knew online were using video and getting much more out of it than me, and looking much more professional in the way that they were doing it. And I just thought, I've got to learn something. There's more for me to learn here, and I can either kind of spend ages sort of searching around and trying to find free tips here and there, or I can just jump in and really do it and commit myself to do it and get the support that I need to do it and see what happens that way. So that's kind of where it was. Yeah.
Fab. Thank you, Emma. So you did the program. You are one of my star candidates, but a pupil really. He's one of my stars. So let's go for it. What things do you think having gotten good at video has brought into your life?
So it definitely has helped my business. So it's that when I come to do a video, so I do a short video every day pretty much, and I have done for the last 6 months or since, well, before I signed up, but this has helped me do it. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm kind of like, right, what's my video going to be about? And I've got content ideas, I've got things, and I've got a structure for how I do it. So that's helped me. So it kind of gives me more confidence when I show up. And also I've got the kit, not expensive kit, but I've got much more of an idea of what kit I need to set up to get my lighting right, and so that I'm not kind of wobbling around with a selfie camera in my hand and everything all over the place. And so it just makes me look more professional. So there's those immediate things that sort of happened and helped me. But then the other thing that I hadn't thought about so much before, which you shared a lot of, was this repurposing and thinking about how do you use that content elsewhere. And so, for example, in my group, I run a free group and I've been doing masterclasses. And as soon as I've done a masterclass, I download it from there and then share it back up on YouTube. And so what that means is that now I've got a bank of content on YouTube that I can point people towards and say, here you go. If you want to know what I'm like, the sorts of things that I talk about, go and have a look over here. And then that's kind of useful, but then I can then use that to drive people back to my group. So people are getting to know me via various channels. Now that's just, there's an example that just worked really well for that. So someone approached me on LinkedIn, having seen lots of my little videos, and she said, oh, we'd really like you to do a talk for us. Or I like what you share. Will you do a talk for us? But I need to persuade the powers that be that you know what you're doing. So do you have any examples? So I could just immediately send her a link and say, yep, here you go. Here are 3 examples on YouTube. They can go and have a look at them, see that I do speaking and that I sound okay. I look professional, and look, it's on YouTube. So that gives it an extra bit of gravitas as well. And off the back of that, I got a paid gig, and that's driven, that was a gig where I was talking to my audience as well. So I got more connections from that I reached as a result. So it's just kind of seeing, and when it happens, it's like, oh, okay, that worked, didn't it? It just all sort of fits together. And I think that's the bigger thing, that when I signed up, I didn't realize how it could all fit together like that.
Yeah, Emma, it's just perfect, isn't it? But I think that is just the thing about video, once it's done, you've got this thing, like we're making this video now, we can use it over and over and over again, and it's just like you can build on it, as opposed to, yeah. Oh, thank you, Emma.
And I guess the other thing I'd just say in that is that I used to have this temptation to go, well, I didn't get it perfect, so I'm going to have to re-record it. I wouldn't want to share it again. But realizing that actually we don't notice the imperfections. We just kind of, you can just reshare it, even when it's got lots of ums and ers in it.
I think I remember at the beginning, it wasn't, you didn't mind your daily videos being a bit funny, but I remember you did something quite serious and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to redo it, or I'm going to have to edit it, and I'll just chuck it out there. It's one of the really first ones.
It's like not that bad. People watch it and they kind of take the message that's in there rather than worrying about what you're saying exactly. So yeah, definitely help with that. And
I'm just going to bring this up as well. You have launched and run your program.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should probably mention that, shouldn't I? So yeah, that's all video based as well. So I've run a mentorship program, 8-week mentorship program, and the core of that is video. So every day for 8 weeks, there's a 10-minute video at least in there for people to watch through. And if you'd have told me I was going to be able to do that, I would have thought I'd have had to have like several months of recording in advance in order to do it. But in actual fact, what I did was turn up a couple of weeks before, record the video for that week, which took me about a day to do. But a week's video in a day, it just was so much simpler than I thought. And just having the confidence to give it a go and see it and see, yeah, everyone's loved it. Everyone's got so much from it. And those videos are there for people to go back to whenever they want as well. So it's just so powerful.
And will you use the same ones when you rerun the program?
Yeah. So I'll be rerunning the program in January, and that it will be the same base of videos, but I also get to go through and kind of say, well, I'll tweak that one a bit or add one in there. And that gives kind of that background content. So yeah, I've got this course which is recorded, which I can keep on using again and again and again.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Emma. So yeah, personally, it's been lovely to see you grow and just, I don't know, just be so much more willing to give stuff a try and chuck it out there and see where it lands. Right, so before we end, is there anything else you'd like to say?
I guess the other thing that's worth adding is that having the group, having the support of the group, so I just remember the first time I went in and it was like, right, just do a video live to this group if you want, because I'd never really done lives before. So there's a group there, you can go and practice, you can just go and have a go and see how people react and get used to the format and everything. Just having that group of people who are going through the same thing as you is just really valuable as well. So while there's the content, the support network is massive in it too.
Yeah, and I think it's nice because some people are slightly ahead, so you can have like an aspirational look at what people are doing, but then there's also the new lot come in and you're like, oh, I remember when. So yeah. It's just like it's not like everybody's, yeah, what am I trying to say? Yeah,
they're not all the same level.
Yeah, we're not all at the same level.
Yeah,
but it's not like everybody's not doing it either. There's lots of people who like catch on very quick, and you can look at them and be like, "Oh, I get it's easy." Like, yeah. Okay.
And you've got the people who've been doing it for a while who can go, oh God, I used to be like that. Look, here's one of my videos. Scroll back and you'll see how terrible I was or how terrible I thought I was. But actually, it wasn't that bad. And you get that constant learning and sharing and stuff, which is really lovely.
Yeah. Fab. Well, thank you, Emma. We will leave it there, but thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the group.
Thanks for all your help. It's been amazing.